Before we wrap up our discussion on dynamics, I want to talk about frizz animation. This was an attribute set that we didn't talk about earlier. We actually skipped over it so we can go into dynamics and then come back and talk about it. So in the past we've had these hairs that were dynamic simulations. I've actually gone through and disconnected my simulation, so if I hit rewind and play, nothing happens. We're back to kind of square one on this. And I'll open up the attribute editor for this hair system here. And what I want to do is come down to the frizz properties and talk about these three attributes that we didn't discuss earlier. Now, what you have here is a noise system that can travel through your scene and affect the displacement of these hairs. Because those are affected by displacement to create a position change, we can use this as a very, very inexpensive way to create some moving hair. So what we need to do is first make sure that these are not set to 0. Okay, so we'll increase this a little bit, and you'll notice when I hit play, let me actually take this animation speed from 0 to 1, just change it something other than 0. You notice now we get movement, but we don't get any movement on the guide hairs. What does that mean? Well, if we open up those dynamic properties, we can turn off disable dynamics, and it will not affect our scene, as you can tell. So it's a way really that you can get in there and say, you know what, I don't need dynamics. I don't need to use the shave globals. I can accomplish this very quickly. I can actually go in and turn off my display guides and get my feedback right here. So as I tweak this, I can see exactly what I'm getting, just like if I did in live mode. Now, it's really good for very subtle movements. Okay, this will spread out our hairs a little bit. There we go. And you can see we're getting the subtle noise movement. Now this, the frizz animation director is the vector in which direction we are going to take this. So if I set this to 1 and 0, you can see the direction that we're going in here, and I can actually increase this. And you can see they're blowing this direction in the Z direction, which is straight back. Let's see. There we go. Now it is a noise map going through, so depending on what we have in here, let's set this to 0. Let me just stop and rewind this, and I'm going to lower the amount. I'm sorry, the frequency amount, but I'm going to lower the speed. To a very small amount. There we go. And it's very random. So it's a really inexpensive way of creating animated hair. Remember, it's not going to really look at the collisions. So if you've got your hair whipping around, it's not going to look at that. It's not going to move fluidly. But if you had some characters in the background that you just wanted a little bit of noise on, this is a really quick and dirty way of getting some simple animation, or to combine that with dynamics to kind of get the best of everything.